So in this video, I'm going to be installing Manjaro 24.0, and this is the latest version. I'm going to be installing it in a desktop computer. So I created a bootable USB drive using Etcher with the Manjaro 24.0 ISO file. I'm going to select the USB drive to boot up from. So I'll select boot with open source drivers. So the desktop environment for this version of Manjaro is KDE Plasma 6. So I'm going to select Launch Installer. I'm going to leave American English selected. I'll click Next. So the location is correct. I'm going to select Next. This is the keyboard layout. I'll select Next. So here's where I can create partitions. So there's only one hard drive in the desktop computer. And I have three options: install alongside, replace a partition, or erase disk. So I'm going to erase the entire disk. So there's also this option, there's a drop-down tab, and there's no swap, no hibernate, swap with hibernate, or swap to file. I'm going to leave it as no swap. So for the file system, I'm going to leave it as extended 4. There's a checkbox here if you want to encrypt the system. This is the bootloader location. I'm going to click Next. So I'm going to input a name and username. And I'm going to select use the same password for administrative account. I'll click Next. So there are some options here if you would like to install FreeOffice or LibreOffice or none at all. I'm going to select LibreOffice. Click Next. So this is a summary of the settings. I'll click Install. So installation is complete. I'm going to restart now. So I'm going to log in. This is the welcome page. So there's some more information here that you can read about. I'll click on the application launcher. So this is favorites. This is all applications. So these are some of the apps. So each tab is installed. LibreOffice is installed. This is development. This is education. This is graphics. This is internet. This is multimedia. This is office. This is settings. This is system. This is utilities. I'll click on the add and remove software. So these are the softwares that I installed, and this can be deleted. This is updates. I'll click on categories. So these can be downloaded, and they are listed by categories here. This is education and science. This is games. This is utilities. This is development. There's also groups. So this is repositories. So there's core, extra, and multi-lib. I can also search for apps here. So I'll click on each tab. I'll click on the image viewer. This is the version. This is the KWrite text editor. This is the calculator. I'll open system settings. So these are some of the system settings. There's mouse and touchpad, keyboard. There's touchscreen, there's multimedia. So this is sound, these are the sound settings. This is display and monitor. This is accessibility. This is Bluetooth, disk and cameras. This is KDE Connect. This is printers. This is Wi-Fi and networking. This is the proxy settings. This is connection preferences. This is online accounts. This colors and themes. This is the login screen. This is text and fonts. So this is wallpaper. And these are some of the wallpapers. This is default applications. This is the notification settings. This is Windows management. I'm going to click on virtual desktops. So right now there are 2 virtual desktops. It's here. I'm going to add 3 more. I'll click apply, and on the rows, I'm just going to make it 1 row. So it's here. I'll click on desktop effects, and I'm going to go to Windows management. This is it here, and this is the cube feature. I'm going to select cube, click apply. So to show the cube feature, I'm going to hold the Windows key and the C key on the keyboard. So I'm going to hit the escape key on the keyboard. So there's screen locking. This is KDE wallet. This is region and language settings. This is spell check. This is the date and time settings. This is about the system. So the KDE version is 6.0.4. The kernel version is 6.9. And this is the graphics platform, X11. This is the energy savings. This is users. So I can add new users here. This is auto start. So if I need to add more applications to auto start, I just have to click on the drop down tab here. And I can add applications, login script or logout script. This is session. This is the background services, and these applications are running. So this is the Dolphin file manager. I'll create a new folder. I'll right click the folder, and these are some of the menu options. I'll click on properties, and I can configure permissions for the folder. This is the console terminal. Firefox is installed. So I'll right click the desktop, and I have all these menu options. Configure display settings. I can change the resolution here. I can create new folder, a new text file. So I'll right click the panel. I can add widgets. And I can search for new widgets here. I'll click on enter edit mode, and these are the panel settings. These are all the options here. I'll increase the panel size. I'll move the panel to the right. I'll move it to the left, and I'll leave it at the bottom. There's also a panel on top. And I can add more panels here. So on the lower right side, there's the time and date. This is status and notifications. This is the volume settings. So I'll right click the panel again, and I'll select configure icons only, task manager. And these are some of the settings. So I'm going to open System Monitor. So this is Spectacle Screenshot Capture Utility. So in this video, I installed the Manjaro Linux, and this version is 24.0. So I want to thank you for watching, and I thank you for subscribing.